Hello, my name is Shaquanda Sharp, and my project Don't Wait, Act Now is set to target obesity in adolescents in the city of Philadelphia. This is my clinical residency project for St. Francis University. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is the home to more than 1.5 million residents, and tackling obesity throughout the community is a major challenge. Approximately 67.9% of the adults in the city and approximately 41% of the youth ages 6 to 17 are considered to either be overweight or obese. In addition to that, in the neighborhood of North Philadelphia, nearly 70% of the youth there, and the majority of whom are either black or Hispanic, are considered to be overweight or obese. And this is nearly double the national standard in the United States. Fruit and vegetable consumption is a challenge for many of the residents, with nearly 25% of the youth and 30% of the adults only getting one serving or less of fruits and vegetables per day. Furthermore, approximately 25% of the youth do not even get sustained physical activity once a week. It's recommended that young adults between, adolescents are maintaining or sustaining a minimum of 60 minutes of physical activity, roughly 3 to 5 times per week. My target audience is the adolescent population of Philadelphia, specifically the Hispanic and African American population. And the reason why I chose this population is that it's important for them to learn healthy habits. They are maturing in their bodies and they're on the cusp of becoming an adult. Studies have shown that if you have teens and young adults who are overweight or obese in their teen years, they tend to be heavy or overweight adults as well. In addition to that, their healthcare challenges are also furthermore challenging just because they've been overweight or obese for so long. So, what is obesity? Obesity is having too much body fat. It's different from being overweight, which is just weighing too much. The weight when you're overweight can come from muscle, bone, fat, or any other body composition, such as body water. Both terms means that the person's weight is greater than what is considered to be healthy for that person's weight. However, if we're dealing with someone who was, say, a bodybuilder, we would also take into consideration other measurements and move into, measuring their waist, using a skin fold caliper to determine their fat composition. Even going through and doing a body analysis to determine their fat composition. Just because someone is overweight does not necessarily mean that they are unhealthy. It is when we're looking at obesity and the patient having too much body fat, that is where the challenges do come in. Now, some of the medical complications that can come from obesity, and obesity can affect the body overall. It can affect one body system over another. But from the image that you're able to see here on the screen, you're able to see that obesity can have a direct impact on every single body system, from the pulmonary system to the reproductive system to the respiratory system to your cardiovascular system. These are all of some of the body systems or some of the infections or diseases that can develop because of a medical or medical complications that can happen because of obesity. So you have pulmonary disease, and this is the abnormal functioning of your lungs, obstructive sleep apnea, hypoventilation syndrome. You can have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You can have cirrhosis. You can have gallbladder disease. You can have gynecologic abnormalities that can lead to abnormal menses or menstrual cycle, infertility, polycystic ovarian syndrome. You can have osteoarthritis, issues with your skin, gout, idiopathic intracranial hypertension, stroke, cataracts, coronary heart disease, diabetes, dyslipidemia, hypertension, severe pancreatitis, and it can also increase your chances of developing cancers of the breast, uterus, cervix, colon, esophagus, pancreas, kidney, and prostate. In addition, you can also have phlebitis or venous stasis. These can all further complicate a patient's healthcare. It can complicate what physicians or practitioners can and cannot do for them. And for adolescents who are suffering from these conditions, it may also shorten their life expectancy, partly because young adults are now faced with many of the same challenges that will probably not be faced by them until they were older in life. But because of the obesity and their lack of physical activity and poor dietary habits, they're now suffering from some of these diseases that they, as I stated, that they would not normally see until they were later in their lifespan. So here at Don't Wait, Act Now, we have three basic goals. Our first goal is to have our clients to lose approximately 25% of their weight by the end of their first 4 months with us, or by the end of our first quarter that they've been enrolled in the program, for them to transition from poor habits to healthier eating habits, not only eating habits, but also healthier lifestyle habits. And to improve their time management skills. As adults, we know how hard it can be to balance work, life, school, children. But for our adolescent population, they may have similar challenges as well with balancing schoolwork, extracurricular activities, maybe a part time job, and still maintaining a healthy physical active lifestyle. So looking at our first goal, the ability to get the patient or the client to lose approximately 25% of their weight by the end of the first quarter. This will be accomplished by using dynamic physical activities 3 times a week at a minimum for 60 minutes. And this includes yoga, Zumba, different exercise videos, walking, biking, swimming, etc. Bi-weekly group meetings to offer support. As you know, with even adults, there are times when we may be attempting to change our lifestyle and we may hit a plateau, or we may have a week or a month where we're not losing any weight. With our teens, with our young adults, it's even more essential that they have that additional support so they do not develop any negative body image issues. In addition, they would also have monthly individual meetings and to review their progress and to see if any type of redirection needs to take place. As again, they're young adults. These are habits that they've learned throughout their lifestyle, and it's not going to be an instant fix. It's not going to be immediately taken away from them. And if that's the case, it's important for them to be able to have the opportunity to get some guidance and some support from a trusted adult, a trusted friend, a trusted peer who's able to walk them through and support them if necessary, even hold their hand and go to the gym with them to provide them with that additional support so that they can understand that it's okay that they are still trying. It's okay that they're still putting forth that effort, because the effort is what's going to cause them to see the changes that they're seeking in their own physical composition. Again, weight loss is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not an easy fix. It did not take an instant, you know, problem for you to become overweight or obese, so it's not going to be fixed instantly. Our second goal is to assist our clients into transitioning from poor habits to healthy eating and healthy physical habits. And the objectives to achieve this goal is to incorporate a financial planner so that they're able to incorporate lifelong healthy eating and activities, nutritional education that includes food shopping skills, hands-on cooking skills, and meal and snack preparation, educating their family as well as their community, just because this will help to reinforce those healthy habits. If you're able to see grandma and your aunt or your father or your mother or your cousin and everyone is participating in these healthy eating habits, it reinforces that healthy lifestyle and it encourages the young adults to continue to follow suit. There is accountability. It would be something very different if you're only going to get healthy meals at home, but you spend the majority of your time with your grandparents because maybe they offer your after school care until your parents get home. But if only at home is where you're getting that solid, healthy meal and grandmama allows you to have Hot Pockets for dinner, um, then it's not reinforcing those healthy habits for you. So this is a community event. This is a community skill set that is needed. Again, the education of the family isn't just limited to the nuclear family. We're talking about the extended family and moving further out the community. Introducing urban gardening to families to aid them in providing themselves with fresh produce. Um, as you know, that in certain areas we have what we consider to be like vegetable or produce deserts, where it's very hard for people to find fresh produce or fresh vegetables. There are instances where the local corner stores may have these items that you need, but the price is extremely marked up, exponentially from what it would be in the supermarkets, or it may not be the freshest item in the store, just because no one is there to purchase it on a regular basis, and you're just there. It's there. If you want it, buy it. However, we've had it for 3 weeks. It may be slightly wilted, but it's green. Did it always start that way? Who knows? So having families to be able to understand the idea of urban gardening, being able to grow their own fresh fruits and vegetables, even if it's just a small window garden, even if it's a local community garden, being able to teach these skills and hone these skills so they're able to have access to these fresh produces that will provide them with a greater nutritional value than, say, the overly processed, highly packaged, nutrient deficient, calorie dense products that are sold in many of our stores. And goal three, improving the time management skills. And this will be to set a weekly schedule, observe areas of time mismanagement, and determine the cause, and develop a plan to correct the issue. The quote to the right here says it best: time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back. And that's absolutely true. When it's time for us to exercise and to do our meal prep and our meal planning, it does take time. However, if we set a schedule, if we have a plan in place so that we know when we're going to do certain things, it may make it easier for us to tell others, I can't do that with you right now. I have to go and prep my meals for next week, barring an emergency or some type of urgency. There should not be too much deviation from the plan. And I understand, life happens, things happen. However, if you get in that mindset or get in the habit of planning things and trying to stick to the schedule that you have before you, it may make it easier so that you can say, well, I know on Fridays, after work from 7 until 9, I'm at the gym. Awesome. You are going to tell other people the very same thing. Hey guys, on Friday when I get out of school, I'm going to go straight to the gym. I get out of school at 3. I'll be at the gym by 3:30. From 3:30 to 5:30, I'm going to work out. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to meet with my trainer. I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a nutritious meal. And I'm going to start getting some things together for the following week. I'm going to start to do my meal prep and meal planning for the next week on Saturday so that when I go to the supermarket with my parents, I'm able to assist with the meal prep, not only for myself, but for those who live in my household also. Because remember, healthy eating, nutritional value, eating things that are better for us is not just meant to be a solitary, individualized approach. This is meant to be something that it should be a family oriented activity so that way the skill sets and the mindset is reinforced throughout the family, throughout the community, throughout the neighborhood, so that you're able to be accountable for your actions. So, what are some of the guidelines to healthy lifestyle choices? What are some of the guidelines to helping your child or for you yourself as these adolescents that I'm speaking with today? What is it that you can do that will help you to make better choices? It's also seeing a great example. If it's not your parents, then maybe a mentor, maybe the parent of a friend who has really great eating habits. Allowing them to be a good example for you, and for parents who are here who, accompany your children today to our presentation, we encourage you to have healthy eating habits as well so that you're able to have a, exponentially greater life, a greater quality of life. Encourage your children to eat regular meals at regular times, even if they are busy. Encourage your child to get enough calcium each day, and encourage them to talk to their healthcare provider if they are concerned about weight loss or weight gain, so that way we're making sure that we're doing things safely. There are lots of fad diets that exist. There are lots of um, different mechanisms or medications or things that are out there that exist that people may try to take or attempt to use, but it's not always recommended that you do these things without the guidance and supervision of your healthcare provider. Some of the other items for you to consider is when it comes to healthy food options, provide a variety of fruits and vegetables. There's no harm in having a bowl of fruit in your kitchen on the counter, something that your children can readily walk past and grab a piece of fruit and keep walking. Make sure there are lots of whole grains, low fat dairy products, lots of lean meats, including poultry, fish, other things that are high in protein, and use healthy fats to prepare your food. And when we say healthy fats, we're looking for those things that are offering great omega type fatty acids, avoiding those things that are going to be um, really bad for you, such as the greasy, oily type things. You can use olive oil in the place of, say, the hard vegetable shortening, those things. You may also want to consider using coconut oil. You have sunflower oil. You have lots of different natural plant-based oils that can be used in the place of some of the more fatty, more poorly processed, fat-based, animal-based products. I'm not encouraging you to become a vegetarian. It's just it may help when it comes to having the high-density lipoproteins as opposed to the low-density lipoproteins when we're talking about cholesterol and your triglycerides and things of that nature. In addition to that, you may want to also consider limiting your child's intake of sugar and caffeine. Again, there's lots of products on the market that are highly processed, that are highly sugared. Kids love them. Again, normally it's because they're quick, they're easy to grab, they're easy to consume. but the sugar that comes along with them is not healthy for our children, and we should take that into consideration when the items that we're looking at to purchase for them. 60 minutes of physical activity can save your life, not just the life of your child, but also you as a parent. The education and prevention are absolutely essential, and those are key to maintaining a healthy lifestyle. If we are able to prevent a patient or a young adult from becoming obese, it is significantly easier to help them maintain a healthy body weight than it is for us to reduce or help them to lose the weight in which they've gained due to unhealthy eating habits. Sadly, because they've developed these eating habits over many years, it may be harder for us to break those habits as opposed to preventing them from learning them from the beginning. Worldwide obesity has doubled since 1980, and in 2014, more than 1.9 billion adults 18 years or older were considered to be overweight, and of those, 600 million were obese. Most of the world's population lives in countries where overweight and obesity kills more than being underweight. 42 million children under the age of 5 were considered to be overweight or obese in 2013. Obesity is absolutely preventable. We have to do something now. Don't wait, act now. It is time for us to move to save the lives of our children. And for you young people, it's time for you to do something different to save your own life. The struggles of obesity are real. The challenges that you will face if you do not choose to change your lifestyle now will be lifelong, and it may significantly limit your life, the quality of life, or even the length of your life. We want you to live healthy, prosperous lives. However, bad eating habits, bad physical activity habits, poor health choices can limit your life, limit your opportunities in life, and it could ultimately kill you long before your time has come. I want you to take that into consideration as you are invited to participate in our kickoff day. We are having our kickoff celebration at Lincoln Financial Field scheduled for December 3rd, which is the very first Saturday of December of 2016 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There is a flyer that is being handed out. There's also a brochure that talks about what are healthy choices and why are they important. We encourage you to take this information with you. We encourage you to reach out to us. You can find us on social media. And again, we are Don't Wait, Act Now. We thank you for your time. We thank you for your energy. We thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to see myself. Again, my name is Shaquanda Sharp. If you are not able to speak with me, you're more than welcome to meet with any of our colleagues, and we can answer any questions that we have for you. We are excited about our project. We are excited about the opportunity to help our city be great again. Again, there are wonderful people who are just having some struggles, and our goal is to help you to be able to use your own resources to be great again, to have a healthier lifestyle, to have healthier eating habits, to have better choices. And maybe even being able to advocate for yourself so that you're able to have an increase in funding for different projects for your community so that you're able to have access to more resources. We thank you again for your time. Again, we are Don't Wait, Act Now. Thank you.